Hi, this is Angela with the Leadership Coach Group, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you one of our coaches, Tushar Vakil. Tushar, it's great to meet with you today.
Thank you, Angela. It's a pleasure as well.
I wanted to learn more about you as a coach. Could you describe your coaching style for us?
My coaching style is taking the leaders or individuals from awareness to acceptance and to consistent action so they can have the achievement that they want. So it's kind of like 4 A's. The first part is awareness. A lot of times we are not aware of our behaviors or their impact on our team or whatever allows us to function properly in our environment. Second is we could be aware, a lot of times our colleagues, bosses, family members nag us to do certain things. So we are aware that this is our style, but we haven't accepted it. So until the time we have that acceptance, it's difficult to change. And the third one is obviously consistent action. And that's where most of the training, coaching, personal development efforts fail because consistent action and accountability is not there. And then we help clients with achieving whatever their goals were with these 4 steps.
What are some other tools and techniques that you often use in your coaching process?
So for awareness, it could be a personality assessment, could be DISC, could be Hogan. It also could be formal or informal 360 assessment where people around you give a feedback on what do they see that you do well and what do they see that could be improved. Acceptance is probably partly awareness and acceptance go together. And then there are accountability and habit formation tools. So a lot of times what we do as human beings is we overestimate what we can do in a day or a week, but we kind of underestimate what can be achieved consistently if we do it for an entire year or 6 months. So as human beings, we are kind of very good at looking at external obstacles. I can't move ahead because of my boss, because of my spouse, because of my fill in the blank, whatever it is. And those things may be true and may be real. But the issue is there any way to change the world or change the circumstances, yes or no? And at some point in time, you realize that the person that needs to change mostly, it's me. And having that moment where people have that awareness, the aha moment, that's what makes the change possible because they see that how they contribute to their situation. The world is aligned perfectly to get you the results that you're getting. And unless we do something about it, those results are going to continue.
And if you were to describe your ideal client, how would you describe them?
When we start our careers, we are kind of individual contributors. And as we move up and when we start dealing with people, we become first-time managers, supervisors, and so on and so forth. And our tendency is to revert back to the things that work for us. And eventually, that's not the way to be a good manager. So I help mid-level managers understand what is working well in their leadership style and what can help them to not only make their job easier, deliver productivity, improve relationships, but at the same time, improve their capability and help them with the skill set, mindset, and the tool set to make that change. So if someone is clear on what results they want and are ready to take consistent action, then the client could fit, any profile.
I know that there is a lot of people who fit in that category of getting to that mid-level manager, and it is an adjustment, it is a change, and having a coach that can help them to transition that thought process to the next level. In your career, at what point did you have that aha moment for yourself that made you decide that I want to start coaching other people?
In my younger days, I was kind of a know-it-all and snobby. And very little, a small part of it was kind of true, where I read a lot and I thought giving advice was how to change people, And I use this anecdote from Dr. Marshall Goldsmith many times, that how many years have you been trying to change a colleague, spouse, parent, significant other, and how successful those efforts have been? So at some point of time, I got exposed to the methodology of coaching, asking questions, creating awareness. And then obviously the rest of the part is getting the training, getting the experience. And I'm happy that that paradigm shift happened. Otherwise, I would still be an obnoxious person. My wife would probably disagree, but it's much better now than it was before.
I know that you referenced to the Marshall Goldsmith standard and some of your experience there, but what are some career highlights and certifications that you've gotten along the way that you feel like benefit you the most as a coach?
So I'm certified in individual and team coaching with Marshall Goldsmith's Stakeholder-Centered coaching approach, which research has proven with over 500,000 leaders coached that it is 95% effective in changing behaviors. Who decides that the leader's behavior has changed? Of course, not the leader herself, not the coach, because they say, hey, I'm a wonderful coach, but this is an anonymous assessment of the leader's team members that the leader has improved. I am certified through ICF, which is the certification body in executive coaching. There are a few other assessments like DISC, positive intelligence assessment, positive intelligence coaching, and so on and so forth. There are quite a few, but it's always about, continuing that learning and learning whatever tools, whatever techniques that could be useful to clients.
Where is it that your life experience and your work experience has taken you as far as where you have lived, and where do you live now?
Yeah, so I am in the Midwest in the United States now, and I have lived and worked in 3 countries, in US, of course, in India and in Middle East. And I've been fortunate enough to work with many companies across Africa, across Asia, across United States, and 1 or 2 across Europe. Yeah.
You have had a lot of experience and different cultures that you've been able to be a part of. That's awesome. And I know that that brings a different element to your viewpoints too. I know that you're very passionate about coaching, but what is something else personally that you are passionate about?
Like simple things, going outdoors, spending time in nature, spending time with family and close friends, and travel. So I love to travel, and I think there are 200 plus countries, and I haven't even covered probably half of them yet. So someday I hope that I would be able to travel and I can say that I have visited everywhere.
That is a pretty awesome goal. I hope that you're able to achieve that and that you can get to the point that you can say you have visited all the countries. You're going to have a lot of experiences and adventures to share with people. Tushar, thank you so much for meeting with me today and taking time to share about your coaching style. It's been a pleasure.
Same here. Thank you so much for asking me the questions and allowing me to share a little bit about me.